welcome to this next episode of The Bright Side of AI, where we look at innovative uses of AI for good. Today I'm in the western part of France, in Bretagne, in Rennes, together with the company AgroLoops, which is a startup within aquaponics. And I'm together with Jeremy and Romain. Hey.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
guys.
Lars.
Yeah. Nice to be here.
Nice
So,
to welcome you.
Tell me and tell the audience, what is actually aquaponics?
Yeah, so aquaponics, it's an association between aquaculture and hydroponics. What you do is that you've got several tanks. Within this tank you can get some fish or some crustaceans. You feed them and then they release effluent. And this wastewater effluent, you can recycle it into natural fertilizer by using several biofiltration and mechanical filtration. That's what we are doing. And what we did is that we are able to develop for the first time aquaponics in salt water, which allow us to use shrimps in our tank and to answer all the environmental issues that shrimp is facing today.
Ah, fantastic. So is this a new concept? Is it innovative?
It's a good question. Aquaponics is a bit old, but all the aquaponics producers, they were using fresh water in order to grow freshwater species within this tank. And what we did for the first time is to develop aquaponics in salt water. And to do so, we had to experiment several years in laboratory scale in our pilot farm in order to build this aquaponics in salt water for the first time and to be able to grow our shrimps in a specific water, but also our vegetables in a salty environment.
Fantastic. And you also mentioned sustainability. So how does this lead into sustainability and saving the environment?
What we decided to do with this aquaponics, it was to use shrimp. And today, the vast majority of the shrimp we are eating in France and in Europe are coming from far away. They are produced mainly in Southeast Asia, Central America, and sadly still with a lot of impact on the environment. Because today, what is done is that we are deforesting the mangroves in order to pond and to build pond within this mangrove, and then we grow this shrimp with a lot of antibiotics. Then they are frozen and they travel thousands of miles before going into our place. And what we wanted to do is to offer an alternative, a local shrimp that will travel a lot less, that will be never frozen, that will not have any deforestation impact, and that will be very good because produced locally.
Yeah, and if I can add something, is that the shrimp that we are producing in our tanks, the effluent of these shrimps, they are taking care about the plants of the greenhouse. So now there is no impact on with the polluted water from the shrimp side.
So that's fantastic. So if all shrimp farming globally was done with aquaponics like you explained, like you're doing, you would actually have no deforestation of mangroves in the world.
At least we could say that there would be no deforestation because of shrimps. Shrimp is the first responsible of the deforestation of the mangroves in the world, but there is also some other impact from other kind of agriculture, some other kind of human activity. But for sure, it would be quite interesting to do it this way in order to reduce the impact of this forest.
So, but going back to what you said, Romain, so it's actually the effluent of the shrimps that goes into the tomatoes.
Yes.
So what does that make the tomatoes taste like? I mean, does it taste like shit?
No, of course not. It not taste like shit. And our tomatoes, they use only the dissolved part of the effluent of the shrimp to grow. And this water from the shrimp, on the contrary, they increase the quality of the tomatoes by adding more vitamin C inside, by adding more sugar content inside, because the plants are a bit stressed by the salt water that is going on to the tomatoes.
Cool. So I'm very glad that it doesn't taste like that. So what about AI and analytics? How does this relate to aquaponic farming?
Well, today we need to improve the way we are producing the shrimps inside our tanks. So the AI will help us to detect what is happening in the tanks, how the shrimp are eating, and this will lead with more sustainability. Because if, for example, if we can decrease the amount of overfeeding we are doing today in the tanks. It will then make that we use less feed to produce shrimps, and that will increase the sustainability of the systems. But we can go further, and that can be not only for the shrimps but for the plants also, to maximize the growth of the plant, to maximize the use of the sun energy and everything, thanks to the IT systems that we are implementing with you today.
Yeah. So this is actually optimizing a lot of different parameters from plants and from shrimp. Yeah.
And when you speak about AI, you also think about analytics, and we've got a lot of data that is coming from our farm. We are able, thanks to sensor, thanks to what we observe, thanks to video monitoring, to be able to gather a lot of this data. And sometimes we need the AI, we need this intelligence to be able to correlate some of our results with what is happening in the environment. And for us, in the long term, it will be really useful to be able to use the power of this data thanks to AI.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a great project, and you mentioned that you are going to be collaborating with Amazon NextBridge. We are really pleased to do that, because this is, the kind of project that we really love. I mean, it's an exciting AI component, probably never been done before. It addresses a number of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and of course it's also profitable, which it needs to be.
Exactly.
So it's the triple bottom line. We kind of love that. Well, thank you very much, guys. It's been great talking to you. It's been great visiting you, and to all our viewers, we'll come back with more information about this project going forward. This has been another episode of The Bright Side of AI. Keep posted for more information about this series. My name is Lars Renden. I'm a futurist investor board member, but first and foremost, the head of AI consultancy, Amazon NextBridge. Stay tuned.